Hello everyone and welcome back to Freedom Through Confidence. My name is Ben and in this video today I want to talk to you about self-love. Now I know that self-love can be something of an awkward topic among guys. It doesn't seem like a hugely manly thing to do, to be talking about, self-love and self-care and self-compassion, but hey, who cares about all of that? Because this is something that is going to help you to progress in your life. Now, I've said in the past things like, if you don't love yourself, then other people are going to find it difficult to love you as well. And I'm going to go ahead and walk that statement back, and I'll do a full explainer of that in a later video that will be out soon, I suppose. I don't exactly know when, but with that aside, self-love is absolutely essential when it comes to achieving your goals, but it is something that we can sometimes strive to be too perfect with, and self-love can so often become all too synonymous with perfection. So in this video, I want to share with you a simple guiding principle for when it comes to self-love and self-care and self-compassion. And that simple principle is love yourself enough to be a little bit better than you were before. Because it is extremely difficult to love yourself at all times. I know this to be true, especially when you make a mistake and you just want to wallow in that misery and disappointment and sadness and shame because of how addictive those feelings can be, and you don't want to engage in self-love because a certain part of you might believe that you actually deserve to feel what you're feeling, this shame, this embarrassment, this disgust, this anger towards yourself, this self-hatred, self-loathing, whatever it is, that you feel that you have to feel that. And when someone's just like, oh, you just need to love yourself, bro, you're like, shut up. Like, I don't need that right now. I know this because I have been there so many times, and it feels like when people are talking about loving yourself, it's loving yourself globally, loving every single thing you've ever done and who you are now and everything that you will do and be in the future. And that can be a very, very tough ask, especially if you maybe have done stuff in your past that isn't too good and you don't really want to love that. And even though that's not necessarily what self-love means, it can be so easily tangled up that it sometimes just feels easier to just bin the whole thing off and just continue living the way that we're living in shame. And shame is the great killer of progress and confidence. So in this video, I want to ask you to do one thing for yourself, and that is simply to love yourself enough to be a little bit better than you were before. Let's say that you have been eating really, really healthy, and then something happened in your life and you just binned it all off for a month of binge eating. And when that happens, shame can very quickly envelop and overcome you, and that shame just pushes you towards more and more unhealthy behaviors. I see this happen time and time and time again with people, where something happens, they get off track and they engage in behaviors that are contrary to what they want to achieve in their life. And then because they behaved in that way, they feel shame about it, so they behave even more in that way to try and cover up that feeling, whether it be shame or stress or depression or anxiety. We do this a lot. And so what I'm asking you to do is just to love yourself enough to stop, to take a moment, to just do something. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to take this big action step. You don't need to take this massive action. All you need to do is love yourself enough to just be a little bit better, even if it is only for a moment, because that moment can oftentimes be enough to push you in the right direction. In the example that we're running with, it might mean loving yourself enough during that month of just binge eating and unhealthy eating behavior to say no just one time to a slice of cake, a candy bar, some sweets, something like that, or loving yourself enough to pick yourself up and go for a walk just to get the blood flowing. You never have to be perfect. You will never be perfect. It is a fool's errand to be going after it, especially when it comes to loving yourself. Self-love will grow over time, and sometimes you will fall in and out of love with yourself. And I know this is an uncomfortable conversation to have as a man to other men, especially if you are not used to talking about your emotions, which a lot of us as guys are, and part of this channel is objecting to that understanding of masculinity and letting you know that it is okay to talk about your emotions. It is okay to love yourself enough, even if it is for just one moment, to be better than you were before. So I want you to keep this in mind, that you never have to be perfect at self-love or self-care or self-compassion. All you have to do is just love yourself enough to be a little bit better than you are right now, or a little bit better than you were before. And that will oftentimes be enough to push you forward to get back on track and to achieve the things that you want to achieve in your life. So that's it for this video today. I hope you have found it useful. I hope you have found it informative or helpful, at least in one way or another. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, because I am putting out a video every single day at this point. So if this is what you're into, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. But for now, that's all I've got for today. And I look forward to seeing you in future videos here on this channel very soon.